converted man here. This is actually going to be a fairly short one because I'm not going to play this video, the original video by this DanielApologetics fellow. Is simply a bunch of cherry-picked videos where the atheist is saying no, that they wouldn't be a Christian even if it was true, or that in Dawkins' case that he wouldn't believe in God. So it's out of context, cherry picked, and straw manning 101. That's all he's really got to offer. And I've decided that this picture you see next to my avatar would be the one that I use to kind of have here, because it's really the only part of his video that is, I think, him, because it's him looking at different websites and looking at in this case, this one particular forum where the question was asked, if it was true, would you become a Christian if Christianity was true? And the number of answers being no, and him not understanding why. Why is that? I'm trying to figure it out. And then I'm going to go look up stuff so I can cherry pick it and whatever. And here's the thing I asked. I asked simply, if Hitler was God, would you worship him? I think that that's really what maybe will get him to think. But I doubt it. Maybe some of his followers will, get them to think. I don't know. But I wanted to really explain to him and whoever else might listen to this video why something being true does not necessarily mean that you join that thing. In the case of Christianity or Judaism or Islam or many religions, if it turned out that they were true, I might not join them. In fact, for the most part, Christianity, no. Judaism, probably not. There's no real reward in joining it, so no. Islam, no. Hinduism, doesn't matter if I join it or not, because, either way, I'm good to go. I guess I would join just in hopes that I would get through the system faster, maybe. It just depends on the religion, because some are less obnoxious than others, but it's a question of my ethics and the morals that I have based on those ethics. So if Hitler was God, would you worship Hitler? Would you join that religion? Let's say there was a religion based around it. I'm sure someone somewhere has a religion, something like this. There are neo-Nazis, so certainly people believe in the ideas that Hitler had still today. But if it was considered a god and it turned out to be true, would you join that religion? Would you, let's say that Nazism was a religion and it turned out that Hitler was God, would you join that religion? My answer would be no, I wouldn't, because it's bad. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't make it right for me to join it. And I'll do everything in my power to fight against it. Even if that might be in vain, it is my moral obligation to fight what I perceive as evil. And being told, but this is the ultimate good, wouldn't change anything. And say, no, I don't care. I don't see this as good, and I'm not going to be a part of this group. So when I have seen atheists and skeptics and agnostics and other people say no to this question of, would you worship, Jesus, or would you be a Christian if it was true? The answer being no is usually because of this moral ethical question. It's interesting. It's even on the screen right here, yet he seems to miss it. Here's this guy saying, if Christianity was true, that goes by Negan. That's funny. If Christianity was true and God was real, he'd still say no, but he wouldn't be an atheist. But he wouldn't worship the Christian God because it doesn't take away from the fact that God's a dick. Let's see. This other guy says that he wouldn't do it, and then this other person says that the Christian God is an immoral, cruel thug. So basically, everyone is actually giving their reasons, and the clips that he cherry picks out, different atheists saying no to this, he of course leaves out whatever their full explanation of why they're saying no in full. And of course, it's really interesting. As he gets to the end, he takes the Side 10 Bergengate versus Matt Dillahunty debate, where all Side 10 did, his whole debate, is strawman Matt. And of course, this is I have a playlist of the Side 10 Bergengate versus Matt Dillahunty analyzed. And Karen S. helped me to do that. It's if you watch the entire playlist from start to end, it's 2 hours in full, and it's one of the projects that I'm most proud of on this channel that I have here, and that's largely and totally, I would say, because of Karen S. and all she did for that. So if you haven't seen that analysis and you have some time to spare, please check that out. But at any rate, so it's like you want straw man. I've got straw man in your straw man, So this guy, he doesn't get it, either because he doesn't want to get it, or he does get it and doesn't care, or whatever. If Hitler was God, would you worship Hitler? If, fill in the blank, Trump. If Trump is God, would you worship Trump? If whatever it is, if Gandhi was God, would you worship Gandhi? And now my answer is still going to be no. I wouldn't worship anything, because I don't think that worship it makes any sense. That anything that would be worthy of worship wouldn't want or ask for worship anyways. So that's just my view on that. But regardless, the idea, the core here is, if it's true, would you join that thing? Not necessarily, because my ethics guide me to not do that. Now, I'm sure that one could construct a scenario in which you're compelled to join a thing upon discovering that it's true. But of course, we're not there. They haven't demonstrated that God is true, and that their God in particular is true. So it's kind of a moot point. It's kind of a non-question to ask. But they try to use it, go, well, see, there you go. Even if you knew that God was real, you still wouldn't follow it, you wouldn't obey it, you wouldn't worship it, you wouldn't join the club. And this kind of blows out the whole idea of divine hiddenness in full, because there's some reasons the apologists give for divine hiddenness, but one of them is that God remains hidden so that you have free will to accept it or reject it, which makes absolutely no sense. How can I accept it if I have no proof of it? I need to see this thing. It's not visible. It's not detectable. If it was, then I could actually reject or accept it. So they're saying, well, okay, you have visible evidence of it. Now what? Well, now I can make an actual decision. Now I could say no to it, maybe, you know. But I don't have that. I have absolutely zero proof that it's true. So until you provide that, I have to remain skeptical. But in the thought experiment, I would say no to it. And I would hope that people would say no to worshiping Hitler. But remember, most of religion, a lot of religion, is about authority, not about truth, not about fact. It's an authority driven system. God said, do this, so you do it. God said, don't do that, so you don't do it. And that's what it says in the magical holy book. And so that's what you try to live by, even though you don't live by it anyways. In the end, I have encountered many people of various religions, but the majority being Christians, who have different morals and different ethics. Now, some try to say that it's DCT, but at the end of the day, you find that their morals and ethics are not alike to a different Christian. I'd love to do a hardcore study of that if I had the resources to do it. But at any rate, we don't have anything in this guy's video that actually shows that for the atheist, truth and evidence doesn't matter, because yes, it absolutely does matter. The problem is you don't have truth or evidence to present us. All you can do is give us a thought experiment to which you deliberately misunderstand and misrepresent. That's not very good. If that's all you got for apologetics, well, I guess I'll have to keep looking for the argument that I've been looking for years, that is at least close to being valid and sound. At this point, yeah, I've given up on it, on finding a valid and sound argument. Now I'm just looking for one that's close. At any rate, we don't have empirical evidence. We don't have a repeatable test. We didn't have any logical argument here. And for those reasons, and perhaps more, we must be skeptical of DanielApologetics video here. And if you enjoyed what I had to say or not, either way, leave me a comment, let me know. And if you don't like this guy's video as I didn't, go and leave a downvote. And then maybe upvote my Hitler question. Let's see if he'll answer that question. Probably won't, maybe we'll get his attention. I don't know. All right, that's it for now. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Fin. Hit the fin button. Where's the fin? There's the fin button. Okay. Logic. Yeah, do that. Use logic. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep talking until the dang thing ends. Where's the end button?